Hello from London Biggin Hill Airport. Today I bring you a special treat.
Got full rudder in.
I'm going to be flying the brand new Cirrus SR22 G7, demo all its new features, dive deep into its upgraded cockpit and avionics,
minimums,
and make an instrument approach to Birmingham. Hello there, I'm the Flying Reporter, a British private pilot and former BBC TV news reporter. I fly a 1977 Piper Arrow around the UK and Europe, demonstrating how to make the most of your private pilot's licence on my YouTube channel. So I'm here at Biggin Hill and I'm actually in the cockpit of a 2024 Vision Jet demonstrator, and I'm in the cockpit here to show you one thing: the avionics, the cockpit layout. And the reason for that is the new G7 mimics the cockpit layout, the instrumentation, the Garmin touch controllers here that you get in the Vision Jet, and we'll take a look at the new G7 shortly. I have next to no time flying Cirruses. You know, I'm a typical new private pilot, I suppose, with limited funds, flying a Piper Arrow, PA-28, Cessna 172 and so on. I last flew a Cirrus and took off and landed 6 years ago when the new G6 came out, and today I'm going to get a chance to fly the new G7. Cirrus has invited me to be one of the first video journalists in the world to have that experience, and my focus today will be on you, making sure I'm telling you, showing you, demonstrating to you what you want to know and what you want to see. So right now I'm at Biggin Hill Airport because it's one of two locations in the UK where they're demonstrating the new G7, and right now prospective purchasers are up in the air in the G7 from here. But yesterday I was up at Birmingham Airport, where it was the second of one of those events, and I got to fly the G7. So let's have a real good close look at the G7 and see how I got on flying the latest model. Well, we're on a freezing cold apron here at Birmingham Airport, outside XLR Jet Centre, which is where Daedalus Aviation is based. They're a Cirrus training partner. Chris Young is from Daedalus, and if you look behind me very closely, you'll see that the new Cirrus G7 is taxiing in as we speak. So we'll get our first proper look at it for the first time. Chris, you've flown it. What's special about it? Because it looks the same.
Well, there are some aesthetic changes, as you know. The cockpit's been completely redesigned. So I think from the pilot and the passenger experience, it's going to be significantly different. I know cup holders are always on the agenda for upgrades, and they've certainly met that criteria, but there's a lot more than just the cup holders.
It's all about the avionics and the cockpit, and it mimics the Vision Jet, which you're type rated on, aren't you?
Yeah, and fortunately being type rated on the SS50, the Vision Jet, I can clearly see the real benefits for if somebody wants to progress to flying a jet in the future.
And what are the benefits of that system over what we have on the G6? I mean, it looks a lot cleaner and tidier. You know, if we quickly compare pictures now of the G6 cockpit, you've got that QWERTY keyboard, you've got the flap switch, the air conditioning controls, you've got the revisionary displays there of the AI. And then we look at the G7, it's completely different, a lot tidier.
Absolutely, and I think one of the things you'll see is there seems to be a greater view out of the cockpit. So the glare shield is lower, the avionics are set further back, there just seems to be a little bit more space. And the real estate of what used to be the PFD and the MFD are now the PFW, the primary flight window, and the multifunction flight window give you a lot more capability to have what you want on the screen when you want it.
And the Garmin touch controllers, which are the two smaller rectangular boxes beneath the MFD, PFD, it's a very shallow menu of controls. You're not digging around in menus to get what you want, is that right?
Yeah, you mentioned the QWERTY keyboard on the G6 on the flight management system, the FMS, before. It's very much a static display, and they're buttons. The great thing about the Garmin touch controllers is they're dynamic, so you can replicate each controller, you can bring up different menus, and you can work through exactly where you want to be in that controller. And of course, it's touchscreen, so it's very easy to use.
Now, Cirrus fans, I think they might have been expecting something a bit more. Would you agree with that? Is that fair? Were they expecting maybe an airframe change, an engine change?
Well, John, we're pilots. We always want more. I honestly think, that this is a significant improvement in this aircraft. The push to start button, the auto fuel changing selector, so when the flap's closed, it's just going to do that for us. The avionics, the flexibility of displaying significant information about different systems in the aircraft, whether it's the electrical system, the TKS system, whatever it may be. I just think it's a major improvement. And I know we'd all like more, maybe the engine or airframe improvements, but I think this aircraft makes it much more ready for those changes to come in the future.
So it's time for my flights, but before we get going I just want to quickly say that Cirrus has not paid me to make this content. Neither have the Cirrus partners I'm talking to today. They did buy me dinner last night, but to all intents and purposes this is an independently made video.
Hey John, time to have some fun.
Yes!
Alright.
Boys and girls, welcome to Thomas. And
yes.
You're the Director of Sales for Cirrus Europe, Middle East and Africa, is that correct?
Correct.
What's your surname?
Nielsen.
Nielsen.
Like half of Danish people.
Good to meet you.
So let's run through it. So the first thing I want to just say, if you want to compare where we are right now to the previous cockpit, is we cleaned everything up a lot.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can remember all the advancements we made, but if we take the ones we can see right now, here we have a little door for the fuel.
Yeah.
When we take this up, it becomes manual.
Mm-hmm.
When we close it, it's automatic. So every 5 gallons it's going to switch itself.
Right.
So we don't have to think about the fuel just for the startup when we go through it. So the throttle itself is very much like the jet now. So that's one we've changed. We removed the boost from here, put it up here. So this is much more clean. We got the AC components here instead of over here. We got a electric or a starter button over here.
Yep.
So we would start that the same way as we would with the SR with the Generation 6. It's like we don't need the key. For the screens themselves, we've gone from being 12-inch and now they're 14 inches.
Yeah.
You will also see we have much more visibility for the outside. And when you also move the seat forward, you will also notice that you have more room for the knees.
Oh.
So it should be feeling much more roomy and much more clean. So the first thing I would like to ask, if you can click the battery 1 and 2.
Battery 1 and 2.
There we go. I'll just quickly get the ATIS and startup clearance.
Just as Thomas gets the ATIS here, I just wanted to say that I make no excuses for keeping this video long. I don't want to cut any detail out. I know so many of you want to soak up as much information about the G7 as you can. By all means, skip forward to about the 22-minute mark of this film for our takeoff. I've also included chapters on YouTube too, so you can click forward and back to what you're actually after.
Runway 33, runway condition codes, 5, 5, 5, wet, 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 depth, not reported, not reported, not reported, coverage, 100%, 100%, 100%, chemically treated, transition level, flight level 7.
Ground, good day, November 6160 Papa.
November 60 Papa, Birmingham, good afternoon, pass your message.
6160 Papa in front of XLR, Cirrus SR22. I'm going to go for a VFR flight to the west, requesting startup clearance.
Roger, November 60 Papa, I don't have the details in front of me just yet, I'll create a strip for you. In the meantime, your start is approved.
Startup approved, thank you, 6160 Papa.
We basically just go through this one step by step. So the first thing we want to make sure that the database status is good. So you click database. That's it. You can just scroll up and down. There you go.
All in date.
All in good. So you press next. You want to acknowledge the pages that we have here. Make sure that all the information is understood. Invitations, normal category. So
Digital placard.
that's exactly what it is. The digital placards. Same thing, it's equipped with a parachute. Seatbelts passenger briefing. Perfect, and then you press next. That's it. You want to see, right now it says we have 21 gallons, so we want to synchronize that. So down here we can see that it's 46 on the left and 46 on the right. That's also a difference from the Generation 6. In the Generation 6 we do not have a number, we could just see it here. So now it's a little bit more precise. So if you click FOB sync, fuel on board sync.
Oh right, that's clever. Yeah.
Good. And that's done. You can move on to the next. Same thing, now we want to verify that the loading is perfectly within limits. You go to aircraft loading. Make sure we have the pilot in the left seat, in the right seat, nobody in the back. It's about right. And you can press next if you're happy. Now for the departure here, we already at our location now, which is off Bravo Bravo. That is good.
33.
There you go. And you can add destination.
TV again.
That's correct. Perfect. And the waypoint we're going to be using, I think it's BB Res. That's it. And enter. Good. Then the next thing is next again. Now we want to make sure that we have enough runway for our departure. So we click the runway here. Over here we can see with the current temperature and the loading, this is going to be our distance to take off for the ground or for to clear a 50-foot obstacle. So we can always just go for 1555.
So type that in, do we?
Yeah.
1555.
That's it.
And
then enter.
Oops, right space, and then enter.
And then you press init. And then you just verify there's a green one in all of them. That's perfect. And we can accept the initialization. Next step is the startup. Here is a new page as well, a synopsis page. We can see that the parking brakes are on. We can see the baggage door is closed, cabin door is closed. Oil temperature is 121, so that means it's going to be a hot start. It's very, very simple. Push this one up, put this here, and then you simply just take the mag over there and then put it to both. And then you just simply just press until it's running.
Okay, you ready to go?
Yeah.
You have the throttles?
And then simply, we just go alternator 1, 2 on, and then whatever lights you like.
What do we want, strobes for now? Or do you wait until?
Yeah, let's just wait for this.
Blue Island 96 Delta, ground stand 41 right, you're listening out.
For now.
Yep.
So, now the difference is, up here, just like the jets, we can customize the pages just like we'd like them. It's always a great thing to have our checklist right next to where we have our vision.
Delivery,
so
good afternoon,
we
Bin Air
simply
5-1 Charlie.
done the
Bin Air 5-1 Charlie, Birmingham, good afternoon, pass your message.
start is all
Bin Air
done.
5-1 Charlie, we are fully ready
Next
for
thing we're
startup.
going to have is, we want to check the
Bin
flaps
Air
are up.
5-1 Charlie, Roger,
They are
your
up.
flight plan just
Yep.
hasn't
And then
printed yet,
simply
it should be a
just
couple
click
of
if you're
seconds.
happy. Sorry,
Yeah,
Joe.
you can start and I'll call you back with the
Constant
clearance.
navs is good.
Alright, Bin Air 5-1 Charlie, thank you.
ATIS you have.
Yep.
Altimeter.
1021, that's good.
Yep.
Cool. I'll stand by. And ground November 6160 Papa, was it possible for the VFR departure to leave via Frankly in 2,000 feet?
November 616 Air Papa, Roger, hold position after departure. You're cleared to leave the Birmingham control zone via the Frankly VRP, not above altitude 2,000 feet VFR, at squawk 0417.
And cleared to leave via Frankly Reservoir at 2,000 and squawk 0417 6160 Papa.
November 616 Air Papa, correct.
Super. And we got the heading.
Which is...
So right now it's on 3-3.
It's on 3-3, is that what we want, yeah?
Yeah. So you press accept if the heading is good.
Flight controls. So... Okay. Lights. Cabin heat and defrost.
All good.
Fuel selector, switch tank.
Open the door here.
Switch to the right.
Yep. And then
Close it.
that's it.
Autopilot, engage, press autopilot. So
that's the simple one.
And then
now it's easier. Simply disconnect it.
Okay, that works.
It works as shit. We got the trim. That's right here.
Yep.
So you want to trim it a little bit backwards.
Okay. To the takeoff position like that.
Yep.
Yep.
And ground November 6160 Papa is ready for taxi.
November 616 Air Papa, ground, Roger, taxi onto Taxiway Hotel. And you can position yourself just on hotel for your power checks, the report ready for onward taxi.
Onto hotel for the power checks, and then we taxi 6160 Papa. Good. One thing I wanted to show, if you click flight plan, so what he's going to give us a little bit later.
Zone 45, Victor Charlie, we're ready for taxi and can accept Charlie for departure.
Up here.
Green Zone 45,
If you
Victor
enter
Charlie,
a taxi route,
taxi on point Charlie 1 runway
then we're
33,
gonna go to runway
QNH 1021. Taxi, hold the point to Charlie 1,
Okay,
runway
you
33.
can be using Foxtrot to get out there.
5 Victor Charlie.
And then
Please
runway
stop
33.
to Charlie, report ready with me on tower.
So basically now, we can see over on the map, it's going to show us which way to go.
Ah, yeah.
And then it's also going to show us this page right here, so we can basically follow the taxi clearance all the way out.
So we're ready for parking brake release?
Yes.
Which is where?
So that's right.
70 cookie to
Okay, so it's push.
Line 7 Echo Kilo, Birmingham Tower, good afternoon, runway 33, clear to land.
Ready to taxi?
Degrees, 4 knots.
And it's 5 differential brake.
Of course, yeah. So brakes are good.
Greenstone 4-5 Victor Charlie, we're ready on reaching Charlie.
Just watch me, I've got very little Cirrus time.
That's perfectly fine. It is
No problem.
a very, very easy aircraft to fly. You get used to the speeds. Otherwise, we just have a very, very dirty.
So we think this is hotel here, don't we?
Logan 83, Romeo Juliet, Birmingham Tower, good afternoon, continue approach runway 33, the wind is 230 degrees, 4 knots. Continue approach, Logan 83, Romeo Juliet.
How many hours Cirrus time do you have then? Must have loads.
Birmingham
I actually don't know.
Blue Islands 265
I think about 500 hours.
There was ATR requesting.
So he's suggesting doing our power checks here on hotel, is that right?
Alpha Birmingham, good afternoon, Roger, yeah,
We'll stop here.
so you're dropping into East
And then you
Midlands on the
press
way
the
back.
brakes
I've got
and
2
then
plans
hold
for
out.
the system.
There you go.
Roger,
Good.
so in the 265
Brakes look
Alpha
good,
clear to East Midlands,
checklist finished.
Gap 1 Mike, departure,
And
squawk
then we go through
5142.
everything here.
So,
Doors are latched.
yep, and
Fine as well on my side.
Yep. 1 mic departure, 56.
Centre console set,
Switch
Alpha.
all set.
Go
Yep.
265 Alpha, squawk
air
5142.
conditioner, recirc disabled.
5142, Blue 35 Alpha.
Line 265 Alpha, correct.
Been a 51 Charlie.
Fuel quantity, we were happy with that, weren't
Connect
we?
51 Charlie, Birmingham, Roger.
Fuel selector,
Hold
fuller
position.
tank.
And your cleared destination.
Yes, they're both the same, right? Yeah.
Gap 1 Mike, departure,
Fuel
squawk
pump boost
2002.
is on boost.
2001.
Mixture fully rich, it is.
Mike departure 2001.
Flaps set 50.
Been a 51 Charlie, holding position.
And
Been Air
check.
51 Charlie, correct. You ready for taxi?
Good.
Been Air 51 Charlie, taxi.
Brakes
holding
hold.
Trap 1 runway 33.
And power lever 1700, yeah? And that's on there, gotcha. Okay, 1700 set. Alternator check, so
Then we can take over here if you would just want to do the Mac test.
Okay.
Check the left.
It's going to be
That's
traffic
good.
to depart.
Got a drop.
Your
Yep, back to both.
16024. Wind
and back
240
to the right. Good drop. To both. That's you.
Thank you.
Been Air 51 Charlie, hold
Right,
Foxtrot
so
1
we just
report
walk through
ready
again?
with me on tower 1
It was an
Alternator
alternator.
good.
Yeah, we just check it's charging, do we?
Yeah.
Probe heat on.
And you see the alternators here.
Yep.
Charging 1 and 2.
Ah, yeah. Probe heat. This one?
Yeah. So what we can observe,
See what it's going
increase
on.
it, that's good.
Do we keep it on? Yeah.
Just take it off now and then we put it on when we get to the air.
Planning lights are on.
265 Alpha, stand 41 right.
Voltage.
Go 265 Alpha, stand
Good.
41 right, start on
Probe heat as required, we'll do that shortly.
Stand approved, Wilco.
Planning lights as required.
Line 7 Echo Kilo.
Neatos we've done, yeah.
54 right via Delta.
Engine knob.
54 right.
We've done that, right?
Yep. All good.
Logan,
Engine
change
parameters
3,
check.
Romeo Juliet,
Power
wind
lever to
240
idle.
degrees, 5 knots, runway 33, cleared to land.
Verify smooth engine running. And it is. Power lever to 1000. Trim, set takeoff we've done, and it is. Has messages, the none, where they be here?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, ice
There's her.
protect.
And since there's no ice, all the next part here is not.
Okay, we'll go. Vent selector defrost, airflow selector panel vents, ice inspection, verify airframe is free of contamination, check is finished.
Beautiful. The next
Great.
part is departure.
Okay.
Blue Island.
So now the aircraft is 100% set up.
265 Alpha, stand 41 right, push approved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready for the last part?
Ready? Yeah.
Good.
And ground, November 6160 Papa is ready to continue taxi.
Station Colin, sorry, that's coordinating with radar, could you just say again?
November 6160 Papa is ready for continued departure.
November 6, Sierra Papa, Roger, taxi on Pine Foxtrot 1, runway 33.
Foxtrot 133, 6160 Papa.
Brakes off.
Logan 83, Romeo Juliet, taxi Holton Pine Delta 5 via Delta.
Delta 5 via Delta, Logan 83, Romeo Juliet.
So, Logan Air 51 Charlie, Foxtrot 1 holding position, we're ready for departure.
Air 51 Charlie Tower.
As we get to here now, you can see now this is magenta.
Oh, that's great.
Wind is 2
Oh, that makes life easy, doesn't it?
It really does. It really does.
boys and girls, I have a taxi route being shown to me here. It's absolutely fantastic.
November 6 Sierra Papa, monitor me on the tower frequency.
Is that us?
305.
118-305, November 616 Sierra Papa.
So for the departure here,
Echo 5.
as we start rolling,
Taxi
of
Delta
course speed's
Echo,
alive at
hold
60
Echo
and
5,
we will be
indicating
rotating at about
Ryanair
70,
Echo Delta,
75.
best speed
Right.
to vacate at Bravo and taxi holding point Alpha 6.
And then what speed are we looking for in the climb
And
out?
then when we get to 90,
Yeah,
then we take the flaps
flaps up at 90, yeah.
and then we're going to continue climb out with 120.
120, 90, flaps up 120 with the climb out.
Airline 705, start approved.
I'm putting here the altitude bucket, 1,800 until we get to
Victor Charlie, runway 33,
Frankie
clear for
Reservoir.
takeoff,
Roger.
wind 230 degrees, 6 knots.
Flex takeoff, runway 33, Greenstone 45, Victor Charlie.
And now we can see everything is good. So now for the departure, it's always good to have the full screen, so full visibility.
We're ready to go with anything, yeah.
Airline
Indeed.
705, ground,
And these would be your revisionary
approved,
instruments
face
if you needed to go to, you
Correct.
lost your PFD or whatever.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's like pretty much like operating an iPad today, right? You touch one thing one day at a time and then you get there.
Yeah.
And always the good thing is if you are somewhere you want to go back,
Go on 265 Alpha, ground, taxi on point Charlie, 1 runway 33, QNH.
there's always the home button, so it's really hard to go wrong.
Charlie,
And now if you press the map,
runway 33 and QNH 10.
So this is selecting this at the moment because that's selected there, this window. How do you change selection to, if I wanted to change it?
try and split this up now. So the good thing is the keys here is always going to tell you what they're going to do. So this one, the big one up, is going to paint between the images here. So now
Greenstone,
controlling this one
over here.
Birmingham
right,
and
yeah,
London.
gotcha.
November 6 Sierra Papa via Foxtrot 1 line up and wait runway 33.
Line up runway 33, 610 Papa.
So, strobes on?
Yep.
Clear.
Ryanair 59 Hotel Golf, taxi to stand, correction, taxi to hold, correction, no, disregard, taxi stand 57 left via Delta and Victor.
57 left by Delta and Victor, Ryanair 59 Hotel Golf.
Alpine 54 Papa Charlie, taxi your patience, stand 58, push and start approved face west. Ask your ground crew to push you back a beam, stand 59er.
No worries, so push and start facing west and push a beam stand 59er, Alpine 54 Papa Charlie.
November
No.
6 Sierra Papa, runway 33, clear for takeoff, the wind is 200 degrees, 5 knots.
33, clear for takeoff, 616 Sierra Papa.
Alright, are you ready?
Yep, yep.
Definitely.
Shall we go?
Definitely, let's do it.
Got full rudder in. There we go.
Perfect.
Please confirm
live.
993 for hours, stand is 558.
That's correct.
55.
5 holding Charlie 1, ready for departure.
She's
I'm
ready.
ready.
705 Tower Roger, tank standards, landing traffic at 4 miles.
Roger, hold position, it's like
And 90 knots coming up.
Gemstone,
Flaps.
74 Bravo Romeo, runway 33,
Okay.
clear to
There we
land. Wind 200 degrees, 5 knots. Tango's available with a backtrack if required.
Always just remember to trim to make it easy for
And what were we looking for? 105, was it?
So 120
120.
as soon as the flaps are coming up here.
600.
Now the
Okay,
cabs is
Romeo,
available,
Roger,
so
taxi
that's
holding point
at
five,
600
Papa,
feet, that's when the
Via
cabs is
hotel
going.
and Foxtrot, QNH
Got a
1021.
caution here.
That's right, so that is the probe heat.
And 1021.
Wants it on, does it?
Yeah.
Probe heat on.
A-line 705 behind the landing, ATR 76 short final. Via Charlie 1 line up and wait runway 33 behind.
Landed
Work out the balance, there we go.
line of point via Charlie 1, A-line 705.
Perfect. Then we maintain 1,800.
1,800.
And let's make a left turn to Frankie Reservoir. It's absolutely beautiful out here, huh?
It is, yeah. Come back on the throttle, or
Yeah, that would be good.
what should we come back to?
Now if you put it now down to 75%.
Right. Oh, this is such a treat. Thank you for this.
Of course.
Golf Charlie
No,
Romeo.
I'm happy that you want to come and see it with us. We're quite excited to come and show it around, so
Yeah.
the more airtime we can get ourselves, the more happy we are. So that's perfect now, 75 here. And now you can see you have different places where you can, what's it called? Set the fuel to. So if you come back on the fuel and just put
Mixture,
it
yeah?
on the mixture, yeah.
Come back.
Back on the lower part of the green. Perfect, fine.
Is that good, or a bit more?
A little bit more.
November 6 Sierra Papa, contact Birmingham radar 123, decimal 980, bye.
123, 980, 616 Sierra Papa, goodbye.
Yeah, that's good.
Still to come in this video, we'll leave controlled airspace, climb to 3,000 feet and demonstrate the G7 stick shaker. We'll also program and then execute an ILS approach back to Birmingham before finding out what the launch of the G7 means for sales of pre-owned aircraft. This episode of The Flying Reporter has been sponsored by aircraft101.com, the easiest way to find, buy and sell aircraft online. The platform has been built from the ground up by a pilot. It's a new modern website that's been highly optimised for desktop, mobile and tablet. There are advanced search and filtering options too, so you can quickly get to what you want. Right now, Flying Reporter viewers benefit from a £10 discount on the listing costs by using my discount code TFR. Visit aircraft101.com today.
Call back.
Oh, there's the reservoir there. Is that where we're heading?
Yeah.
PFR.
That's it.
Might as well.
Sometimes you have all these beautiful instruments and you keep
sitting there looking for the reservoir, and there it is. So Thomas Nielsen from Cirrus is letting me fly one of the first G7 SR22s off the production line. We've departed from Birmingham in England and tracked west to an area of uncontrolled airspace. There, Thomas shows me how easy it is to bring up the information you need on the huge Garmin displays.
So if you want to make this a half screen, let's say that over here now you would like to get the weather on.
Yep.
So what you would take this one and pan it over so you have control that screen. That's it.
And hit weather.
That's it.
Easy.
That's it. Same thing if you want charts now on the right side.
On the right pane and charts. Easy.
So let's say now you want traffic on the left.
On this one?
Yeah.
So I go back one, selected traffic. Okay.
And now if you want to have maps again now and make it full screen.
Go full. That's cool.
So what we can probably expect to get back in Birmingham is going to be an ILS 33.
Yeah.
So
procedure.
That's it.
Line Birmingham, thank you.
Do an approach. That was an arrival.
Had to go back. Cancel.
Yep.
Approach. ILS. So do I click this then?
That's it.
ILS 33.
That's it. We go straight vectors.
Vectors.
Then we'd like to know what the minimums are going to be. So if you want to press preview, and you can choose NDB, ILS, DME.
Is that the right one?
Yeah. Excellent. Click this. Or actually you can just zoom out.
Yeah.
So it's 528.
528. That's right. Minimums 528.
That's all good. And now you can load it.
Load.
And that's all done.
Love it.
It's step by step. Very simple.
I've got no experience with that. That would seem pretty straightforward, to be fair. I'm not just trying to fluff you up on that.
So, well, we can just try here. There's no airplanes around. You want to try and do a stall here?
Do a stall.
Yeah.
So should we have just a quick look around? So how do you just disable that?
That's it.
We'll just have a quick look around, check there's nothing.
Clearing turns. Exactly.
So height, we're high enough to recover. Airframe, you'll tell me whether there's anything that we need to do. Security, we're secure. Engine temperatures and pressures, everything's in a green zone. And we're looking out. Location, it's not too bad over there. You happy to go over that way?
Yeah, there's just one airplane over there, so we can just pretty much steer it straight forward here.
Altitude. Whoopsie.
So if you just gonna go ahead and idle the power press position.
Okay.
I want to let you know how the stick shaker feels and just maintain the altitude. Just pitch a little bit up. There you go. Perfect.
Altitude.
Soon.
Oh yeah, I've got the stick shaker.
Stall.
Yep.
Stall.
And recover.
Go for it. Nice.
Okay. Do you want to head back in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's make a,
Shall I make a left turn?
right turn.
Right turn. As we head back towards Birmingham, Thomas demonstrates another new feature on the G7, flap protection. The aircraft won't let you lower the flaps if you're over the flap limit speed. It'll also stop you from retracting them too early. What's the flap limit speed for 50?
150. Try put
150.
it down. Put it down.
Well, we're 160. Oh, it's gonna protect it, isn't it?
It is.
Flaps airspeed inhibit.
Sierra Papa, expect us for the Alice approach to runway 33, QNH 1021.
Expect us for the Alice 33, QNH 1021, November 6160 Papa.
Yeah.
That's good, isn't it?
It is, like,
Can't break it.
It's really difficult to make mistakes there.
It's not activated yet, of course, but
I guess you can.
I suppose we can activate vectors, can't
Go
we?
back to home.
Home.
That's a procedure.
Procedure.
And then activate.
Activate.
There you go.
So that's going to load up our frequencies, is it already?
Yeah. Then we can look here at the flight plan page. And approach
Sierra Papa, you are cleared to control airspace IFR. Turn left heading 060 degrees.
Clear turn to IFR, left 060, November 6160 Papa.
And here you get all the final approach courses. Everything laid out. You will also get the same here. So for our IFR customers, what they like to put up here, what they normally, so they split the screen and they put over here the
Birmingham radar, good afternoon, green
okay. Yeah, that's good. You've got, GPS reference.
QNH 1021.
3046 Bravo Charlie, Birmingham radar, expect Alice approach runway 33.
Thanks, Alice, approach runway 33.
A lot of situation awareness.
Yeah.
Easy 23 Papa Yankee, turn right heading 155.
They're riding 155, easy 23 Papa Yankee.
I mean, it's interesting. I'm finding it. I'm not as overloaded as I thought I would be.
Well, that makes me very happy to hear.
What's that? Infrared.
Yeah.
What's that for?
Easy 23 Papa Yankee, turn
Help you with the runway when you get in.
It can do. So there's a couple of advantages to it. When you fly around, let's say it's going to be night or dusk, you'll be able to see.
Papa, turn left heading 130 degrees.
130 degrees, November 6160 Papa.
So if you fly down to an uncontrolled airfield, you'll be able to see animals on the runway.
Ah.
Flying around at night, you'll be able to dodge the clouds.
60 Papa, 18 miles from touchdown.
18 miles from touchdown, 6160 Papa.
Also, if there's thunderstorms, you'll be able to see the clouds very, very clearly as well. So it keeps you, kind of keeps you out of trouble.
November 616 Sierra Papa, turn left heading 010 degrees, clear down approach runway 33.
212 clear ILS 33, November 616 Papa.
3046 Bravo Charlie, number 3 with 26 miles from touchdown, descent to altitude 4,000 feet to QNH 1021.
Descent to 4,000 feet, QNH 1021, green 46 Bravo Charlie.
And we're cleared for the approach, so we can come in now, yeah?
Go. Glide slope is alive. Now you can take the speed, put it down to 30, 50 for now. Actually put it down to 30 would be fine.
30.
Faster.
November 616 Papa, report your airspeed to tower 118.305. Goodbye.
118.305.
Alright, and you can put flaps 50.
Flaps 50. And glide slope
you
in.
put it on 20. Now. That's our day, November 616 Papa, wind in the ILS 33, currently having a 120 on speed.
November 616 Sierra Papa, Birmingham Tower, continue approach runway 33, wind 2206.
616 Sierra Papa.
Happy with power?
Yeah, it's good. It's even fine now having a little bit of speed.
Sorry?
It's perfect for now.
Yeah.
So the next flaps is a 110. I will just keep the speeds up for now for the airplanes. But this is looking absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah.
So when we come down,
yeah,
the approach speed is about 80, and Then you're gonna have a little green buck. That's the one.
Yeah.
And that's gonna show you
November
exactly.
6 Sierra Papa, wind 2206, runway 33, clear to land.
Runway 33, clear to land. 616 Sierra Papa. Perfect on the 100. Well done.
That's what you want?
That's what I want. That's excellent. Then once we get to 1,000, we can just set up the flaps full, so you can get set up and feel the last parts.
Okay, flaps coming in.
That's good.
And 90, you say?
Yeah.
Logan 96 Alpha, Quebec, contact Birmingham radar 123.980.
123.980, Logan 96 Alpha, Quebec. Goodbye.
Slight left crosswind then.
Yeah. I think it's going to die down when you come down close to the runway. And I'm sitting with you, so if there's
Thank you,
anything,
yeah.
don't worry. This is really good.
500.
Very
Altitude.
stable. Right on the approach. Alright, we can start slowing down to about 80 knots.
Minimums.
This is really
Continuing.
good. Just continue steady. That's it. Perfect.
Yeah, follow me through.
Absolutely perfect.
Keep any power on
You
in?
can take the power all the way off slowly now. Good. Perfect. Good, that's it. Hold it.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Oh, that was good.
That's very good.
Enjoyed that. Oh, thank you so much.
Well done.
We're back in London at Biggin Hill Airport, and I'm on the Cirrus G7 roadshow with prospective customers coming to see the new $1 million aeroplane for the first time. I'm here at the invitation of Philippe from Echelon Air and Low Mountain Aircraft. He's well known in the Cirrus scene here in the UK and Europe, and is always an entertaining host.
Do you know when a dad joke becomes a dad joke?
I don't know. When does a dad joke become a dad joke?
When it's told by... oh, shit, I messed it up.
It's always fun coming to meet up with Philippe. I love Philippe because he's always smiling and he's always, just such a great character.
Oh, thanks, man.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you for having me. Philippe Pullman, for those of you that don't know, is from Echelon Air, which is a Cirrus training organisation.
Yep.
And they do some great trips and great journeys and make the most of the Cirrus life.
And the most of a pilot's license.
Yeah,
right?
exactly, which is what we're all about. And you're also from Low Mountain Aircraft, or is it Low Mountain Aviation? Low Mountain
Aircraft.
Low Mountain Aircraft. And you deal in used aircraft, right?
That's
used
right.
Cirruses and all sorts.
Yeah.
And I thought, as we're here talking about the G7, it would be great to know what's going to happen to the G6 and all the legacy models, because Callum from Cirrus has told us that's it for the G6.
I hear none of them are airworthy anymore. That's what I've been told.
I don't think they fall out of the sky.
That's it. What's going to happen? They're all grounded. No.
They've stopped production. So, what generally happens? When the G6 came out, what happened to the used market?
Yeah. So, right now it's still anybody's guess, right? We're only a week into having the G7 on the market, and so far the only G7s that are available to buy are from Cirrus, right? So, what's going to happen? Still a little bit anybody's guess. Maybe we talk again in 2 months' time, and I'll have a pretty good idea. But a lot of the orders they're taking now for the G7 are people that are transitioning out of the G6, right? And so that's probably a lot of the demand, is our guess. So you're going to see in the short term a lot of G6s coming to, well, not a lot, but an increase of inventory of G6s, which might put a little bit of downward pressure
on the price.
Those. Yeah. The lead time on a G7, we're hearing it's into 2025 in the US.
It's not going to be immediate, right?
So exactly, So this might actually be a tail of the year thing, where we also often see increased demand from buyers, predominantly in the US market. So we may actually see prices generally remain flat, and the demand for the G6s remain pretty steady. There was a 6 to 8% price increase into the G7, is what we're hearing. And so that generally also sustains the G6 pricing.
But I think what's good about this upgrade potentially is that, you know, of course that cockpit and that avionics upgrade is fantastic, okay? But if you get a G6, you're getting the same airframe, the same engine, some really good avionics, right? So it's actually not a bad purchase, actually, is it at all? Right
no, I mean, any Cirrus is probably, you know, a higher spec or a more modern airplane than what a lot of us are used to in general aviation. So, you know, even behind us, we have our G6 SR20 from Echelon Air, and yeah, it's a very modern plane, right? And you have all the safety advantages, and but what you're getting in the G7 is you're getting, I think, a little bit more refinements on the interior, right? Things that have really bugged me, like the cup holders in this. Right, and now they've redesigned the cup holders. I know it sounds silly.
So they're down by the thigh now, aren't they?
So you can't break them.
Yeah, and well, you could break them before.
I guess you could. Yeah.
So there's this huge little. I didn't show it on my video, but a huge little area down by your thigh, left thigh, if you're in the captain's seat. A little cubby hole there with the cup holder. Yeah.
But the upgrade is also, you know, it's a big avionics upgrade, right? And so making it a little bit more aligned with the jet. And I was lucky enough to go in the G7 this morning and to feel like you're flying the Vision Jet or flying a much more advanced cockpit. And the layout of the instrumentation, the engagement with the avionics, it's next level, right? And so there's a big enough difference between a G6 and a G7, right? That actually, we might actually be looking at two different types of buyers.
Right. I'm not wiping tears from my eyes, by the way, because of what Philippe's telling me.
It's a pretty dramatic message.
It is quite windy here at Biggin Hill today, and it's blowing right in the corner of my eye. Just a final comment, if I can, on depreciation and what happens to the value of the Cirrus, because I'm hearing, you know, some legacy Cirrus owners saying, you know, they've gone up. I bought them, and it's worth more now than when I bought it. Right? Are they a good bet for an investment like that?
Yeah, they're pretty stable. So Cirrus has really strong price controls on their new airplanes, which really supports the pre-owned market and depreciation to begin with. But also what we saw in the last 3 years was certainly prices were going back up. But that was true across the board, not just with Cirruses. Now, in the last year or so, they've normalized. So we have now a normal depreciation curve. So we'd see maybe somewhere around 5% in the first year or 2 years of ownership. And then when it comes out of warranty, maybe you see another dip, you know, again, between 3 and 5%. After that, they begin to stabilize, and the depreciation curve starts to flatten out. But yeah, it's not a huge depreciation, right? And if we maintain them correctly and you fly them correctly, you know, you should be seeing probably between 3 and 5% a year for the first 5 years.
Now, I didn't want to put a competition between Biggin Hill and Birmingham.
No competition, yeah.
But yesterday I was at Birmingham. I got to fly the Cirrus, which is fantastic. That's a good plus for Birmingham.
Yeah.
And for Daedalus up there. We're down here with Echelon today. You've got pizza and coffee.
That's it, yeah. So a different event, right? We work very closely with Daedalus, and Chris is a great partner to us as well. So not a competition, but we're glad to have a pizza van.
Yeah, no, I'll take the pizza. Good to see you. Let's go and get some pizza.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm a long way from owning a new Cirrus, but I'm very impressed with the G7. If you're in the market for one, then hopefully this video has given you a lot of the information you've been looking for.
It's been a marvellous opportunity to be able to fly the new Cirrus SR22 G7. My only criticism would be, could they have not done this launch in the summer? It is bitterly cold here in the UK at the moment. Thank you for watching this content. If you liked the video, please like it, please subscribe. My thanks to Cirrus, Daedalus and Echelon for inviting me along. Until I see you next time, fly safely, my friends. Bye for now.
So, I got to get this one right. But when is a joke a dad joke?
I don't know. When is a dad a joke?
Oh my! Don't screw it up.
Wait, no. When is a joke become a dad joke?
I don't know.
When it becomes apparent. Oh, you crazy fool. Doesn't get any better than this.